Well, I'm Eric, and welcome to the second episode of the Product Talk. In this channel, I take you through my journey of developing brands and products for consumer products companies, so you can learn from my wins and mistakes when things did not go as expected. My first marketing job was for a small consumer products company that manufactured a specific type of adhesive. For the most part, there were two formulas when I first started there, and they came from an aerospace engineer who would come up with a strong adhesive called shoe goo. The idea was to repair his tennis shoes. He was a tennis player, and he would drag his foot when he served the ball. He often wore out perfectly good tennis shoes. So he got a spaghetti pot, put it in his kitchen, added some chemicals, and started formulating a durable adhesive that would stick to rubber. I get a kick out of engineers as they see a problem and they figure out a way to fix it no matter how complicated. My dad was an engineer in the space race, so I grew up around these guys. All of them were neighbors, and most of them were engineers. Math class at school was brutal to say the least, as my skills were more on the creative side, though I really didn't realize that at the time. So back to our story about shoe goo. Well, back in the day, Kmart was a big national retailer. And this engineer, he takes his shoe goo to the buyer at Kmart. And the buyer says, I like the idea, but you're going to have to demonstrate this for people to understand it. So, being a typical engineer, he came up with the idea of getting hundreds of worn tennis shoes from friends and family and anywhere he can find them, and then repairing them with the shoe goo in order to make displays in the stores. And just like that, shoe goo was on the market and on its way. I was in high school when this happened, and I remembered seeing this product as I needed to glue my running shoes back together as the sole had come loose after running too many miles. Probably should have just replaced the shoes. So this engineer, he developed this rubber polymer adhesive that was not only super strong, but was also waterproof and durable. It was on a level of crazy glue, if you remember from the old ads of a construction worker gluing his helmet to an overhead beam and holding on to his hat with that beam. It was brilliant marketing as he was hanging there with his helmet glued to the beam. And crazy glue became another product out of the space race where they put people on the moon and developed new things. So this engineer, he took the shoe goo adhesive and started gluing other things together. And he came up with a product that he named Goop. The first product was called Household Goop, since it had so many adhesive applications. It was a natural fit for the hardware store market. The next thing the engineer did was hire a marketer, a guy that I met later named Fred, who became a friend of mine. Fred understood marketing, and he put pictures of all the different uses of the product right on the blister pack package. That package had a cardboard backing, and he made the most of it with 6 or 8 pictures on each of the back of the package. Well, that was brilliant. Showing is always better than telling. Fred then said, well, where else can we apply it? He then expanded the product line to plumber's goop, automotive goop, and sportsman's goop, all targeting specific uses for the product. The best part about it was that all of those products were the same formula. Now that's what I call the power of marketing. This taught me an important lesson on cross-merchandising. There can be many different uses and markets for the same product. Packaging and merchandising strategies are an important weapon in the arsenal of marketing techniques. One of the things I did with this product line was to launch a smaller package of this Goop adhesive for the drug and grocery market, since it's more price sensitive. The next idea that I worked on was adding UV stabilizers to it, so we could gain some UV stability as the adhesive tended to yellow in direct sunlight over time. Once this was all figured out, I was able to come up with a product called Marine Goop. As now this waterproof adhesive had UV stability, and so we took it to the marine market. They came up with an industrial version of the main adhesive, was called E6000. Once again, it was the same product, just renamed and repackaged for the commercial market. So I then took the marine Goop and I named the industrial version UV6800. I was playing off the UV stability and then expanding on the commercial product line called E6000. I was having a great time in my first marketing job. And some of this just kind of came naturally to me. It was very affirming to realize that though I did not have much experience, my intuition seemed to be getting me through. At the end of the day, we're all consumers, so some of this stuff just is intuitive and makes sense to us. So let's stop at this point and look at the couple of lessons we've learned here. First of all, gaining experience along the way is essential. You don't have to know everything to begin something new. Getting started on your career and trying new things just may confirm what you are good at, or just as important, what you're not good at or what you're not interested in. Experimenting and trying new things is essential to success. Fail quickly, learn from it, and move on. Repackaging an existing product is a way to expand into new markets. I like the idea of you have to brand to expand. The value of your brand should never be underestimated. When naming commercial or industrial products, it's common to come up with model number type product names instead of using the consumer-facing product name. So E6000 and UV6800 are good examples of this. It's a good idea to change the packaging size if it addresses a need to enter a new or different aspect of the market. It also helps you to differentiate between your customers and markets. First to market always has an advantage as long as it's a high-quality product and it's in demand. There are two competing strategies on this point. First to market versus fast follower. A fast follower lets the first guy do all the pioneer work and then follows quickly with a better mousetrap to try to take share. It's kind of the Coke and Pepsi scenario. Most of the time, Coke stays ahead. This is what the amazing Goop products look like today in the market. Okay, so this will wrap up episode 2. Please proceed to episode 3 and continue on our journey of developing successful new brands and products. Thanks for watching, and my hope is that you'll be more successful by spending the time to watch each episode as they're released in succession. Be sure to like and subscribe so it helps others to find this content. Be sure to hit the notifications button so you're notified on the next episode. If you want to share our channel with other marketers, you can find our The Product Talk channel by going to youtube.com/the @ The Product Talk. Thanks for watching.